So it is Friday morning and doing another live stream today. Same property that I did a live stream. I think I did a live stream here last week. But this one, I'm going to be using the turf tracer this time. First time using the turf tracer. So um, that'll be a little bit different. Haven't used it yet this season. So let's get started. Let me turn the camera around and put the phone in my holder as I get started here. Beautiful day again, which is just awesome. Super sunny. So yeah, again, same house I did last week, a live stream on, but today we are going to be using this guy. Be using the turf tracer for the, or sorry, not turf tracer, the navigator for the first time this year. I'm thinking this should be pretty good. Last week it was still really swampy. I think it'll be okay. Hard to tell, hard to tell. So we're gonna see here. We'll see how it goes. It's not too bad. It's not like crazy, crazy. And it hasn't rained in, 2 weeks now. So hopefully that is dried out enough. We'll see. If worst comes to worst, I'll have to just string trim the bottom half like I do normally. And then I'm going to have to aerate this lawn as well with a small little aerator. Be doing this big lawn. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to live stream that part. It just depends on the battery life on the phone. The live streams are pretty taxing on battery life. Got the Milwaukee stuff. Got a Crest handheld blower. And forgot my safety glasses. And got the navigator. So we'll see, grass is coming in nicely. I'm going to be fertilizing this one too at the end once I get it all cut and probably in between aerating. It's growing pretty good, really healthy. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. I've had some requests lately from audience, whether it's followers on Instagram or YouTube subscribers, asking me advice on charging on the go, charging battery equipment on the go. So I am trying to sort that out at the moment. For of course, when I was using the Crest equipment, they have all of their own like kind of charging solutions. But if you're using something else, like this Milwaukee stuff, then there's not really onboard charge. Well, actually there is actually the roll-on power supply. Is something that Milwaukee makes, basically like a rolling big battery pack. Quite expensive though. And probably overkill for a lot of people that are just using maybe the handheld equipment. Would be good if you have like maybe a mower, like a big mower, stand-on mower or something that's battery powered that you want to charge. So I'm looking into some other brands of like battery banks, power supplies, that sort of stuff to feature and test out how that would work to essentially have your like tool battery chargers in the truck, and then have just one big battery bank that you charge overnight, and then use that to hook up all of your traditional tool battery chargers, like your Milwaukee chargers and stuff. Now, Milwaukee has come out with some really neat options in the charging space to make charging easier as well. So that's pretty cool. They've got they call it a supercharger. It allows you to charge 2 of the Milwaukee batteries at once, really fast, and it's got like 4-point mounting, essentially 4 screw holes, so that you can mount it mobily. It's really meant for being able to charge on the go. But that unit, of course, is just a charger. It has a AC outlet, so it needs some sort of inverter or power supply or something like that to draw the power from. So I do have that unit, and we'll be looking to test that out. They also have some fancy power management strips, which essentially are kind of like a fancy power bank or power strip sort of thing. One AC outlet plug with a bunch of AC outlets. I think it's like 12 plugs on it. And they come in 2 different varieties. There's a 15 amp max model and a 20 amp max model. The idea being that you buy the model for whichever breaker, electrical breaker you have in your panel of your house. So this would allow you, say for instance, in a garage that might only have 2 electrical outlets, and you might have some other things drawing power off of that same outlet, like your garage door opener, things like that. This allows you to plug in to that one outlet, and then it gives you 12 outlets, but it charges or distributes power to those 12 outlets sequentially. So if you were to put a whole bunch of Milwaukee chargers and other, say you got DeWalt or whatever mixed in there, you have 12 outlets that you can plug chargers into. And what it does is it starts with outlet number 1 and will charge that. And once it senses that it's not drawing power anymore, that the battery's charged, then it turns that outlet off and then sends power to outlet number 2, and so on and so forth until it works through all the outlets. So that's really nice because you don't have to worry about your circuit breakers tripping if you've got a whole bunch of chargers, as well as you don't have to manage it manually, like putting a charger on or a couple of chargers. Say your garage outlet can handle like 2 standard Milwaukee rapid chargers, which are like the common charger that comes with a lot of the toolkits. But anything more than 2 and it trips the breaker. So in the past, what would happen is had a bunch of batteries. I'd like at the end of the day have to go, start charging 2 batteries, And then remember throughout the evening to swap those out once those are charged, so that I could not, not have the breaker trip. So sometimes that wouldn't be possible. Like last night, for example, I went out with my family. We went to go watch the MLS Vancouver Whitecaps game against the Miami FC. Leo Messi was here in town, so we went to that game last night to watch that. So in a case like that, where I was gone for most of the evening, then if I needed those batteries the next day, it would be difficult if you didn't have no more chargers. I'd have to move those chargers maybe inside the house, different outlets to kind of spread the load around to make sure, because I wouldn't be home to manage them. So this this Milwaukee power management power strip allows you to not have to deal with that. You just plug all your batteries in at once into all the different chargers, and it will take care of supplying power to those as needed to get them all charged by the next day. These little page stones are always a bit of a pain, eh? Ones I just trim, especially here where they tend to all be sunken here in the Pacific Northwest, because we always get so much rain. The ground is always so soft. And all those pave stones just kind of disappear over time. I actually have a few customers in the past who regularly would, every year, just as they're part of their regular garden maintenance, they would remove and lift those pave stones every year. Little walking stones like these ones. These kind of ones that you buy at Home Depot or any other like Lowe's or something like that. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio. If you have any questions about anything. There's a bit of lawn here. This lawn I would classify as utility lawn, because of the poor drainage and everything. Let's see how it does today. Hopefully the navigator will work out. It's taking a little bit of a risk. Normally I don't bring it out this early. It's still April. Normally it's like mid-May. But again, it hasn't rained in a couple weeks, so there should have been enough time, I would hope, for these lawns to drain. That front still kind of worries me. That front yard still kind of worries me. So we can string trim it if we need to. I do that from time to time. If it's not going to be able to handle the weight, we'll take it easy and see. Of course, I don't want to avoid rutting the lawn. So let's see. If it does rut on this one, it's not the end of the world. Of course, just because the client is kind of used to knowing what the conditions are. But obviously, I don't want to do that because I would have to come back to repair it. So I will try to avoid. Redding the lawn. As I'm going along lawns like this, I am also calculating in my brain with every step that I'm taking, kind of mapping out the feel of the soil to hopefully kind of find those spots. On a sloped lawn like this, there's lots of sloped areas. Like this whole side here, this whole edge, you can see it slopes down towards the fence. So like lots of lawns like this where if it's going to have issues, it's going to be along the edge that it's sloping, while the water kind of will drain in these directions. You can see I'm also trimming kind of a wider berth so I don't have to get too close to the edge with the navigator, since I got to kind of go along this edge on the ground, especially since this is my first time using the navigator this year, so it could be a little shaky on the controls and in some like sketchier areas like this. Don't want to fall into this little garden bed here because I would not be able to get that mower out by myself. So I will give myself a bigger berth for the first mow of the season with the navigator. We just do our best. Yeah, lots of things to calculate in your brain. It's not as simple as just mowing a lawn. Your work, but if it's sunny, it usually works fine. But who knows? Technology is always kind of tricky. Yeah, I can see the kilobytes per second isn't the greatest at the moment, which is odd. Should be. It's like uploading at about 2,800 kilobytes per second. Usually it's like 6,000. So that could be the choppiness issue. Let me know if it's still choppy. I can always try and restart the stream if it is choppy. So the turf tracer today was really kind of a last minute decision, just because of the weather being, like I said, I don't normally bring it out this early. It's usually too wet. But we've had the 2 weeks of no rain, and I have been slowly able to put other mowers on here. Started out, if you guys remember some of the earlier streams here, where it started out and I was having to just trim the whole bottom. And then I think the second time I did this lawn, I had to push mow it completely. And I did that for, I think, a week. And then I tried the turf tracer, walking behind it for a couple weeks. That seemed to be working as it was drying out. So 2 weeks in, I'm hoping that this machine will be able to do it. It is bad. Yeah, it's weird because now it's jumping at 6,200 kilobytes. So we will see. For right now, I'm going to stick with it because it's actually streaming good. So we'll see. Unfortunately, the noise is going to be an issue as well. So this machine being a lot louder. Let it warm up for a bit. Let it warm up. Since I haven't taken it out yet, I literally, when I loaded it on the trailer today, was the first time since the fall that I turned it on. I actually, like I said, I wasn't really planning on using it. So I haven't even done the maintenance on it yet for this year, like oil change or cleaning out all the kind of leftover leaf debris that was under it. But I checked the oil, it was a little bit low. It wasn't like in the danger zone, but it was a little bit low, so I just added a little bit of oil just to make sure. Got the bins inside. See, just still like leaf debris left over from the fall. Some leaves and stuff in there. Some spider webs, it looks like. It was so nasty last year, the rain, that I literally just like parked it, soaking wet, turned it off and left it. And we're mowing at 2.5, I think. Yeah, we're at 1, 2, we're down. 2.5, yep. According to the chart, 2.5. 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, yep. 2.5. These kind of 4-pin systems are always a bit of a pain in the butt too. You can see I'm kind of procrastinating because I'm actually really nervous about putting this machine on this bottom half of this lawn. Just don't want it to get stuck or to rut. It's actually pretty good over here. The worst areas are around this small tree here. So we'll see. Gonna have to mow this section first while the hopper is empty, because obviously as I mow, it's gonna get heavier and heavier. See what we can do. Hi, seems good. I think we'll be okay. Just going crossways to avoid having to turn in these areas where I know the drainage is an issue. I can see the tires are getting wet. I think we're good there. Watch these slopes. And of course, always feels sketchy mowing along a slope, even if it's little. When you're on a sit-down machine, how's the stream now? It's probably pretty choppy. It keeps going between like a low quality and high quality. Really bumpy. Take it easy on those turns. Very sensitive controls. Easy to spin out the wheels. Want to avoid being in that bottom half too long. Any sort of